Brooke Eagle, and we are back with another episode of the Forsyth Magazines podcast. And today I have Josh Rowell. He is the president of Casual Furniture World. What's up, Josh?
How's it going?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. A little bit wet, but glad to be here.
I was going to say this weather is icky, but other than that, it's a good day.
It is. That it is.
So, Josh, tell us about a little bit of history about Casual Furniture World. It's family-owned business. You're part of the family.
I am second generation. We're coming up on 40 years next year. So,
wow.
Shows a little bit of my age because I've been around the business my whole life. So the business started, my father started when I was 3 years old in the basement of our house, cutting and sewing PVC pipe furniture, which you still see some places today. It looks like literally furniture made out of plumbing pipe. So it was just open in the summers, made that in our basement, delivered it on weekends, and kind of went from there.
That's so cool. So in Winston-Salem, or is that where you're from?
Yeah, Winston-Salem, born and raised on Stratford Road right near Haynes Mall. So
oh my gosh.
Hyper local.
The PVC pipe, I like it. I never really thought about that, but I guess that is kind of how outdoor furniture
that was really all there was. And then some of the wrought iron metal stuff started coming in the market about 10, 15 years later, where you didn't have to make it all. You actually got to buy it and sell it versus having to make every piece of it.
And now you can literally have an outdoor space that is like even better looking than the inside of your home.
yeah, definitely so.
Yeah. So I know Casual Furniture World recently went through a really big remodel. Tell us a little bit about that.
We did. So our Winston-Salem store, it kind of we're trying to set the, I guess, parameters, if you will, for all the other stores. So kind of a flagship store. So yeah, we closed for about a month and kind of were hybrid open during that time, fully gutted the entire showroom, worked with some of our vendors to start a gallery program. So really committed to those vendors and some of those products, and very happy with the result. It was a dusty mess, but very, very happy with the end result.
Yeah, I got to see it when I was there for the cover shoot back in, February, I guess, end of February. And it is so beautiful. I'm a sucker for good outdoor space. I've spent from like April until October, November, I'm outside as much as I possibly can be. So.
That is kind of the way things are changing too. It's we like to make social media posts and stuff on those 70-degree December days, trying to remind everybody that the outdoor living season, especially here in North Carolina of late, really runs quite late into the year. You're really only not able to use the outside for about 3 months.
And even that, like you said, there's even random days in those times where where it feels nice.
Yeah, I remember Christmas 2 or 3 years ago. I think it was like 70 degrees. Yeah. My kids were hoping for snow, and it was 70 degrees, and they were outside with their
Florida.
Shirts off. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. So tell us about your personal outdoor living space at your house.
Wow. Curveball. So I would call it the experimental zone. So all the grills get tested there. I don't think I'm allowed to have any more grills at home.
Do you do lots of cooking, I assume?
I try to, not as much as I would like to. With the 2 kids and multiple businesses, time is hard, but that's the cool thing about a gas grill. Just come home and fire it up, and you're good to cook in 10 minutes. I would say it's the experimental. It was like where we first tested, or I tested building outdoor kitchens. So my outdoor kitchen was our first attempt at that, and learned a lot, and it's still there. So that's good.
That's very cool.
And a lot of our products go there to be tested to make sure they're fit for us to sell.
There you go. So I know Casual Furniture World obviously sells lots of outdoor furniture, and we just talked about grills. What else do you guys have in store?
Fire pits, gas logs, fireplaces, outdoor kitchens, outdoor lighting, pergolas, gliders. Really, once you really start poking around, there's some unique things.
Yeah, well, and the fire pits and stuff and the grills, I mean, that's stuff that you can use all year round.
Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah. So you think of it as like a seasonal thing, but it's really the whole year.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's the cool thing about fire pits. You can really go for heat, or you can go for ambiance, and we've got both kinds to satisfy both of those needs.
Yeah.
Do you have the kind that you can actually permanently hook gas up to?
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And we have the service technicians to do that service as well. That's one thing people might not know about us, is that we do have gas service techs that can run gas line and hook up grills the same way. So if you don't want to mess with tanks on your grills,
so you're not just like buying it from you guys and y'all are pushing you out the door. You can actually set it up for them too.
Correct.
Very cool.
And then service it for many years later.
Awesome. So, Josh, tell us what it was like growing up in a family business. Like, did you always know you were going to be a part of it? Was that kind of not the plan and it turned into the plan?
I would say it was the plan, then it wasn't the plan, and then it became the plan again.
I can relate to that.
We call those the teenage years.
Yeah. So just obviously around it all my life. Daycare, if there was at the store. I remember on Stratford Road, my dad let me play on the train tracks. He used to run down Stratford Road while he worked, and I guess my mom was doing something. So in and around the business, then throughout high school, kind of removed from the business. And then in college, I actually started running a delivery truck for our Charlotte store in the summer while I was in college in Charlotte. We used to have a store in Charlotte. And then came back, thought I was going to get into real estate, and somehow got back involved with the business.
I love it.
Yeah.
So who else? You have a really big team, as we saw by the group photo that we took a few months ago. So tell us a little bit about what family is still involved and just about the team in general.
So my dad's fairly removed, besides being a good buddy to consult and fire questions at. My mom still does a lot of our accounting.
Okay.
And that's it as far as family. I have a sister that lives here in Winston-Salem, but she's not directly involved with the business.
Okay. Well, I'm sure your dad has plenty of advice, hopefully not unsolicited. I know. So I work with my mom, and I can't even when she's 90 years old, I can't even imagine her not being somewhat involved. You know what I mean? Like it would be hard to just totally step away from something that you created.
Yeah, I think families with family business understand that it's at every meal, it's at every holiday.
Yeah.
Most of the time good, but yeah, it's always there.
Yeah, it has its pros and cons. Mostly pros. People ask me that all the time. They're like, "What is it like working with family?" And I'm like, "Well, usually it's good. Sometimes it's bad."
Yep,
because you're
exactly right.
It's family. You're going to act a little bit differently with your family than you would a regular employee, I guess. But
plus, there's usually DNA involved, so you have the same kind of personality that there's bound to be some clashes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And you care about it so much. Like you care about it just as much as your dad does, I'm sure. And versus if it was just a non-family member, they wouldn't care quite as much, probably.
Correct. Yeah, so. I think that pride is still throughout our entire organization. There's still that sense of family pride.
Yeah. So I know I've met Chelsea. She's great. And then you have, I think, his name is blanking me, but he was supposed to come on today too.
So Jansen's our VP of sales. Yeah, he's been in our Greensboro store a lot lately.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so how many stores do you have?
We have 3 stores. So Winston-Salem, Greensboro, and Myrtle Beach.
Myrtle Beach. Oh, yeah, duh. I've drove by there before.
Yeah.
I need to get back to Myrtle Beach.
Yeah.
So any plans for additional stores, or 3 is good?
There are. I mean, we're poised for growth, and that's really been the focus over the last 2 years, is trying to build a good foundation, systems and processes, so that we can start expanding into other markets.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah.
What are some trends, I guess, that you're seeing? I'm sure COVID was huge for you guys because people were spending so much more time outdoors. But what are some trends that you are seeing as far as what people are looking for the most for their outdoor space?
It seems the poly furniture, the low maintenance, the durability. And we have basically poly fabrics too, but that just is going gangbusters. We try to educate folks that there are a lot of things besides poly that are durable as well, like aluminums that are literally just as durable and warranty, have the same warranty. But the poly furniture, there's so many designs, so many color options, with cushions, without cushions. It's really dominating the category and industry right now.
Yeah. So I know. Speaking of COVID, did you guys see? I assume you did see quite a boom.
We did.
From people wanting to do their outdoor space.
Yes, it came on. If there was any highlight of COVID, it was the outdoor living industry. Really, really thrived. It was, folks had some extra money from all the PPP money and that type of thing, and we're all stuck at home and wanting to get outside and get a little air and space from our family, and so we did. There was a huge boom, which was great. It made all the historical data we have completely irrelevant. So
wow.
So that's one caveat is it kind of rewrote having to restart everything.
Yeah, for sure. That's interesting. So you talked about the poly furniture. I think people are hopefully starting to understand that with outdoor furniture, you get what you pay for. I mean, you can go to Target and buy a cheap set of whatever, but you're going to be buying a new set in 6 months.
Yeah,
So
maybe a year. But yeah, and that's, everything has its place and time. And we like to say and think that we're probably not most people's first outdoor furniture purchase. It's when you've got established in your home you're going to be in, and you're enjoying that space a lot more versus somebody that's still moving or finding their home. So
Sure. And I'm sure you guys offer this, but tell us a little bit about helping with like the design process, or like showing, if you come in with a picture of your space, would you guys be there to kind of help?
Absolutely. That is an area of our business that we're proud of and that we're actually really starting to focus on from a marketing standpoint. We have most of our sales team, we call them sales and designers. A lot of them have design backgrounds. So that is really where we feel like we can help customers the most, is if they're starting a project, they're coming in with blueprints or even just a table sketch of what they want. And we're able to sit down with them and talk about their unique needs. How many people, is there an outdoor kitchen or cooking element? Work with the colors. And those projects always are fun and turn out really nice.
Yeah, that's super fun. Okay, well, I want to do a few get to know you questions.
Oh wow.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
No pressure. All right, Josh, what is something weird that you recommend everyone tries at least once?
Driving a race car.
Oh, no hesitation. I like it. Have you done it? Have you done the
I have.
NASCAR experience? Is that what it's called?
I have. And I've been able to, very fortunate in my life, to do a lot of unique things. But that one is
one topped the list.
It's really up there for some reason.
Well, tell us more. Tell us about some other unique things that you've been able to do.
Oh, geez, I don't know.
Hot air balloon, skydiving.
No, I flew planes for just a little while. Did not get my
Cool.
pilot's license, but yeah, I don't know.
But the NASCAR experience was a good one.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a very thrilling, way more thrilling than I was ready for.
Yeah.
I like the way you say that. It was more than I was ready for.
How fast did you go?
I think 160 is
gosh.
what they were saying.
That would be fun, but terrifying.
Yeah, it was. I'm a bit of an adrenaline junkie, and it filled the bucket.
Yeah, there you go.
I need to go do it again.
Okay, next question. Would you rather be the best player on a horrible team or the worst player on a great team?
Ooh, the worst player on a great team.
Yeah, same. You don't want to be the best one in the room.
No.
We say that at
No.
CrossFit all the time. You don't. If you're the best athlete in the gym all the time, you might want to find a new gym.
I like to win, but it doesn't have to be me winning. If my team's winning, then I'm winning.
Yeah, and there's no room for growth if you're at the top. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay. Ew. No, we're not going to ask that one.
Thank you.
What's the dumbest way you've ever been injured?
Oh my God.
If you're an adrenaline junkie, I feel like there's been some
Yeah,
injuries.
there's probably too many. Oh man, the dumbest way.
Or maybe the funniest way.
Which could also still be the dumbest.
Yeah, true.
Probably so. I don't know.
You've never gotten injured?
Oh yeah.
Or it's been boring?
Yeah.
I love when people make up. They're like, well, it was super boring how I broke my leg, so I got to make up something cool.
Probably hitting a stump on my snowboard at a very, very high rate of speed.
Oh, I bet that did not feel great.
No.
Where do you snowboard?
Mostly out west.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just picked up snowboarding a couple years ago, and it's much harder than I thought it was going to be.
It's that initial learning curve is pretty steep, but then you're off to the
Yeah.
races.
It's just like the hills. They're
Yeah.
steep, just like the hills.
Oh my gosh. I wish I would have started when I was much younger, because like learning when you're 30 is a little more challenging.
Yeah, there's a lot of sore tailbones.
Yeah, I haven't been out west yet. I feel like I'm not good enough quite yet to go out west.
I would say it's easier.
Really?
Because
Yeah, people say the conditions
snow
here
conditions. Yeah, learning to snowboard on ice. Much love to our East Coast mountains. They got their place, but
Yeah.
very tough on ice.
are terrible. Where's your favorite place out west?
Used to be Jackson Hole, but I think it might be Telluride now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So does anybody else in your family snowboard?
My dad did he picked it up at I think like 45 when we started.
yeah,
and then
that is so cool.
I think in mid 50s he said that's enough of that. But no, nobody else in my family skis or
Because you have kids, right?
I do.
How old are the kids?
10 and 8, and my
Okay.
little boy is really picked up. I put him on a snowboard at 3. But
Wow.
he's just picked up skiing, and my little girl likes snowballs and and snowmen more than skiing.
Oh my gosh. So he tried snowboarding and decided he liked skiing better.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. I think it's just probably easier for, kids to.
Well, I mean, I think skiing is in general easier.
Yeah. Just to get going and get started.
Well, you have 2 feet instead of just trying to bounce on one.
And you're facing forward versus sideways.
Well, I'll just tell you, I think snowboarding just looks cooler, so that's why I choose.
That's probably why I started when I was 15. Is I thought it looked cool, but now it's just.
My boyfriend snowboards, and so he would. He didn't really give me a choice. He's like, "Yeah, you're gonna also snowboard. You don't have the option to ski." I'm like, "Okay, we'll do snowboarding." All right, couple more questions. What's something that you've never been able to do well?
Oh, play music. I like to try to play music. I'm just not great at it.
What instruments do you like to play?
Piano, guitar, banjo.
Okay, but you do play?
Drums. I play a little bit.
Yeah.
I play around.
I bet you're better than you think you are.
I don't know. But I enjoy it, so that's
all that matters. We're having fun. So it sounds like you have a lot of hobbies. Snowboarding, playing music, race car driving.
It was a one-time event. I could make it a hobby, though.
Yeah, you totally should.
Yeah.
All right, last question. Josh, what makes you feel old?
Oh, man, my body just crossed the 40 mark, and I'm trying to play adult soccer right now, and it is. I thought
Another
I was,
hobby.
I thought I was
busy.
I thought I was going to be able to get out there, and it's taking me like a full week to recover. So yeah, just the body in general, not being able to recover and
It
keep
takes
up
longer.
like it does.
Yeah,
it does.
it's
Muscles
frustrating.
hurt more, knees hurt.
Did you play soccer growing up?
I did. Yeah.
Okay. Wow, lots of sports. I like it. Well, Josh, this has been so much fun. So tell us how we go about finding Casual Furniture World, the store, which most people probably know, but where the store is located, your website, phone number, all that good stuff.
Website, casualfurnitureworld.com. We do have an e-commerce portion now. We've been working very hard on our website. So one part of our mission statement is allow customers to first interact with us digitally if they wish. Mm-hmm. So you should be able to go on our website and see design projects and see furniture and really get a good idea for your space. Plenty of ways to contact us there. And then our Winston-Salem showroom on Haynesmile Boulevard, our Greensboro showroom on Lawndale Drive, which is actually our largest showroom. A lot of people don't know that. It's got a huge outdoor space. And then in Myrtle Beach, we have our showroom there.
Very cool. And are you guys on social media?
We are. So we just, Chelsea, who you met, our new marketing manager, is really spearheading that. And today we have an intern starting for the next 2 months who is really going to be focused on social media.
There you go. Social media, I always say it's the necessary evil of being a small business owner.
It definitely is. We don't do enough with it. So that's why she's here to really hopefully up our Instagram.
There you go. And is it at Casual Furniture World?
I think.
We'll investigate.
That makes me feel old. You asked that question. Keeping up in all these times with all the Instagrams and TikToks.
It's exhausting. It's so exhausting. I hear that. Well, we will find out what your Instagram handle is, and we'll put it in the show notes so that people can click on it and give y'all a follow and check out your website. Great. And you can also find Casual Furniture World in Forsyth Family Magazine. They are always beside our barbecue column. For the love of barbecue, appropriately. So yeah. And
that's been little fun collaboration.
For sure.
With Brian, and
Brian's great.
Using our grills and putting up some good recipes. So hopefully we can just grow that and expand that a little bit further too.
Yeah, and it's grilling season. It's here.
That it is.
Time to get out there.
Maybe not today.
Not today. So hopefully tomorrow we'll be back to our regularly programmed sunshine. All right, Josh. Well, thank you for coming to chat with me.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you for having us on.
Yeah, and as always, you can find Forsyth Mags and all of our content on our website, forsythmags.com, and you can pick up a copy of our publications at any of your local Harris Teeter grocery stores, Chick-fil-A's, K&W's, all the places. And that is a wrap for today. The views and opinions stated on this podcast are solely those of the contributors and not necessarily those of our distributors or hosting companies. This podcast is copyrighted and cannot be reproduced without expressed written consent of Forsyth Magazines Incorporated. Ooh, that's a mouthful.